That was weird.
I liked it. You have to do the finger movements.
Finger movements.
And that's our bumper.
Yeah.
Welcome to Namely 90s. Wow. The podcast that takes you back to the time before smartphones, Google, and Y2K. Join your hosts as they relive the pop culture that shaped a generation and the parts that many people wish they could forget. Listen in to the conversation about how the decade defined those who spent their childhood there and how it shaped them as adults. So, turn down the grunge and dial up the internet. Let's get started. It's time for Namely 90s.
That's right. You're listening to Namely 90s. My name's Andrew, and over there is Brandon.
That's me.
You can find us online at namely90s.com or on Twitter and Instagram at namely90s with a 90s. You can also find this show every Monday on YouTube. It's found at namely90s.com/YouTube. And finally, if you'd like to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/namely90s with a 90s and give us your support. It's finally here.
Oh, yeah.
The Podshed.
Is that the Podshed in the background?
It is.
Looking good.
Sir. Thank you.
Like the bright light over your head.
Yeah, the electrician decided to put these like bright LED puck lights in the ceiling. So this is not going to be my final recording setup. I still have to put up my backdrops and my sound deadening and my actual lights, which are just lamps I bought from the college dorm section of Target. But hey, they work, you know.
Yeah, off season, so it's cheaper.
But yeah, the Podshed, and the thing I came up with, and I think I told you this, maybe I don't remember, but I hate the term man cave, you know, it's just, It's gross. I don't like it.
That's why we were calling this she shed.
Right. But then I realized, so then I told you I was getting super into Flight Simulator.
Yes.
And so I was like, all right, I'm going to name it something different. I'm going to call it the Cockpit from now on.
Which is not to be confused with the gay bar in 30th.
Right. And it works in two ways. Obviously, you can work that around in your mind. It's a very good synonym for man cave. Anyway, so here I am in the cockpit. There's so many places to go with that.
Can't wait to see all the aviation things just popping up in the background eventually.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what's going on here. We got the shed pretty much done, and I'm excited.
Nice. Yeah, that's it'll be nice to have the ability to record at like 10:30, 11 at night.
Yeah, instead of at my like post-lunch nap time, which is when I recorded the last 70 episodes, basically.
Yeah, you're always like the last time I think you even just recorded at your house for the last two episodes, and you were just like energized and like I was dead.
I know.
But yeah,
I talked too much.
I mean, welcome to the party.
Yeah.
It's been a good 83 episodes without you.
Oh, stop. Anyway, that's funny.
Yeah, it'll also be nice because we'll be able to schedule our upcoming Podcast of Horror 2.
I'm sorry, did you say schedule?
Yes, I said schedule, like the most British French. Schedule. Wow.
Anyway, you were about to tell everyone about our Halloween special before I rudely interrupted you.
Yeah, it's possible you heard it as a bumper and or a mid-episode ad, but we're doing the Podcast of Horror 2, and I believe we'll be having Janelle on from True North Collective, and possibly be promoting her YouTube series called Girl Got Ghosted or something to that extent, but you'll find out more in a month, at the end of the month, technically next month. But I was also trying to plug the future 12 Days of Christmas Specials 2021.
Oh yeah,
we did it last year. We decided on doing it again this year. Hopefully we'll be reaching out to podcasts and connecting with them soon.
I mean, we got some great episodes. We brainstormed this list next to the pool after my slight bout of severe nausea at the sushi restaurant.
Yes, but he claimed he didn't have any diarrhea, which is why he was in the pool.
Diarrhea.
So yeah, I've adjusted our list slightly, which since then, just to balance it out between like long episodes and short episodes.
I'll allow it.
It's a nice survey of the 90s television, and more surprises and fun stuff coming up for the 12 Days of Christmas specials. But we're not there yet. We're in October, and it's currently Halloween month. So yeah, enjoy the spooky sounds of us going ooh and ah.
Yeah, and for the first time in a while, this is actually, because of my unavailability, is actually being recorded somewhat close to the date it'll come out. So
yeah. So
I was just
kudos to whoever edited this in time to release it on Monday.
But I was just watching Mariners baseball, and they're actually somewhat close to getting into the playoffs for the first time in like 20 years. And they needed to win all 3 games, ideally, to have the best chance, and they lost one.
That was a stat that I just saw like earlier tonight, and I was like, has it really been 20 years? And it has.
It's been 20 years.
That's ridiculous.
It's horrifying. But no, anyway, and then and then the Seattle Kraken are playing their preseason games. Keeping up with that.
Nice,
exciting preseason win tonight. So looking forward to seeing them start playing, I think on the 12th or 13th is their first game in Vegas, baby.
Ooh.
Which is a good segue into, it just says Vegas at the top.
Obviously we were going to talk about the Kraken playing in Vegas, not the fact that, well, while you were off doing whatever you were doing last weekend, I was in Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah. My schedule afforded me the opportunity to go visit my friend before she shipped off to Germany for 6 months because she was living in Vegas, and we kept saying I should come out and visit.
Is she in the military?
She is in the military. The Air Force, I believe.
Ramstein, I would guess.
Yes. I honestly don't know. They're not allowed to share that travel
details. Well, that's the Air Force base in Germany.
Over there. There's only one?
Well, I think so.
Oh, fair enough. Well, she's
maybe
probably
I'm probably wrong. If you're in the military and you think I'm a jackass,
let us know by contacting us through our website, namely90s.com with 90s, or spelled the other way. Also, there's no contact form there.
Also spelled at namely Andrew.
You can find him on Twitter at namely Andrew. And
listen, I've been to the Cinnabon on that base, just letting you know. I have been to I was in Germany and I went to a Cinnabon.
I mean, I guess I went to a McDonald's in Switzerland that time I was there, but really a Cinnabon?
Yes. Well, I went on base. I don't know. It's fine. I love Cinnabon. Who doesn't like a Cinnabon?
In Germany?
I just think it's funny when Louis C.K. did a joke about R.I.P. Louis C.K.'s reputation. Did a joke about when you, and I'm not going to repeat the whole thing because it's quite politically incorrect, but like, you're fat when you go to the Cinnabon at the arriving airport. Like, you're 20 minutes from home. You could just get in the cab and go, and you just stop and sit and shove a Cinnabon in your face.
Once again, that's at namely Andrew on Twitter.
I wish airports still had Cinnabons. All they have is fancy grilled cheese now.
I'm sure there's some Midwest airports with the Cinnabon or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't even know if they're in mall food courts anymore. I don't know if malls exist anymore.
So yeah, we have in our mall there. Cinnabon is still a staple in malls. We were actually at Bellevue Square, I should say, this weekend.
Square, so posh.
And it's been there 75 years.
The Cinnabon?
Yes. It was the original Cinnabon. It was opened shortly after World War II. Bellevue Square has been there that long, apparently, which is surprising because that means it would have been built like in the late 40s, early 50s, something like that.
55 ish.
Yes, 75 year. Yeah. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of surprising.
The more you know.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that about Bell Square, but I assume they've remodeled it a few times.
Yeah, we hit up. Yeah, I would say so. But yeah, we hit up the Din Tai Fung. I didn't get nauseated by the sight of Asian food. And then we got bubble waffles at Happy Lemon, which is this little place in there. Super good. Bubble waffles.
I don't know what bubble waffles. Oh, the bubble waffles that usually accompany ice cream cones nowadays.
Yeah, but this one was real good. So like we had it at this place that was in Spokane, and they were really soggy. But the ones they make here, they cook them really slow. And so the line takes forever. We waited like 25 minutes for these waffles. Totally worth it. They were extremely good. So yeah, I would recommend if you ever find yourself in Bellevue Square, go there.
Cool. Bubble waffles is what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, anything new over there other than Vegas? What did you do in Vegas?
Well, I got to go to Omega Mart. Have you heard of this? Omega Mart. It is a art installation, but it's kind of like an ARG thing, augmented reality, or it's hard to explain. It's clearly in the front. It's like a convenience store, but they have a bunch of like weird stuff that's not really actually convenience store stuff. Like things are like slightly off. Like they're like Omega. Customers sometimes confuse Omega Mart lemons for actual lemons. Things like that. There was ramen notes instead of noodles. What else? It's whale deodorant. I don't know how I can explain it to you without just sending you a video, but it was very interesting. And then that's like the front. And then as you go through it, there's like a portal in the frozen food, like in that episode of Family Guy where Chris gets pulled into the milk
video
for AHA, Take On Me. And there's this whole like lore aspect to it. You get pulled back into the back end. There's a factory that's stealing something called the Source, and you have this little swipe card that works on all the computers. That kind of there's like a whole story going on as you're kind of just working your way through this art installation. I mean, it's all surrealist and cool. You would like the puns on the food. There's like existential butter instead of I can't believe it's not butter. That
is funny.
Stuff like that. And it's and there's a couple slides, which is a weird thing to do at a place where adults go. But it was a fun thing. I'd heard about it a few months ago, and I was like, I got to do it while I'm there. And my friend had gone previously, but who she had gone with didn't really have the patience to do or they didn't discover the whole ARG element of being in there. So I didn't bore her by spending 3 hours kind of just soaking up every piece of lore I can get.
Yeah, it sounds kind of dumb.
Yeah. See, that would be your response, wouldn't it? Yes,
it would. That's always my response, though.
Yeah. See,
I'm kind of dumb.
This is the man who would enjoy Disneyland. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed doing that. There was an arcade bar, which we've been to things like that before. What else? I went to Egg Slut. Great breakfast.
I've heard of that. It's the guy that sorry, I'm gonna adjust my microphone. That's what she said. Like one of the guys who's always on Guy Fieri's shows.
I could
Aaron
see them
May, I think.
I thought
Isn't he involved in that?
I thought his name was Alvin something.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different guy.
He's a large brother.
I might be thinking of someone else.
He's some sort of pretty sure it's the guy from,
I'm thinking of a different guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the guy from like the Burger Show on YouTube, and
that's quite an interesting name choice they've gone with.
It's so true. Like it's the sandwich has an egg in it, and it's runny, and the truffle hash browns Oh,
Hashtag truffle hash browns.
and let's see. We also ate at Raku, which is a Japanese restaurant that Anthony Bourdain ate at when he used to go to Vegas. So that was remarkable. And I went to a Taco Bell Cantina, which, while created Taco Bell food that was better than a regular Taco Bell, they didn't have anything special on the menu other than alcoholic Baja Blasts.
But did you sit in the booth that Paul Giamatti sat in Sideways?
We did not.
In like 2009 or whenever that movie came out.
No, Taco Bell cantinas have only been around for 4 years.
No, there was a Taco Bell cantina in the movie Sideways.
Yes. Andrew referring to when he and Kayla visited and we went to Solvang and sat in the Paul Giamatti booth from Sideways.
Yeah, just by a stroke of luck.
Yeah, it was random. We were like, we want to eat somewhere inside that has some fans because it was a little hot, and
where Paul Giamatti has also eaten. That's always on my list of criteria of places to eat.
Yeah, he's really interested in going to wherever they shot Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he was the Rhino, and he just wants to wear that suit of armor that was clearly all CG. All right.
Yeah, it's probably time.
Yeah, it's past time.
So let's do it. Let's jump into the episode. Why don't you tell us what was going on in October of 1990?
Travel back to me, listeners. Those weren't the correct words.
Travel back to
Travel back to me. Nope. Travel back with me, listeners, to October of 1990. On the 1st, TBS drops the Superstation moniker, which returns 6 years later. On the 2nd, World War II Allied nations cede any remaining rights as occupiers of Germany.
Other than the Cinnabon Corporation, which is still... No, just kidding.
And that precludes the 3rd, which the reunification of East and West Germany occurs. Also on the 3rd, Florida record store owner Charles Freeman is found guilty of obscenity for selling 2 Live Crew rap records.
So after that, he was no longer a free man.
Enjoy the echo. On the 4th, Beverly Hills 90210 premieres on Fox. On the 6th, the Sega Gamegear, a colored handheld, is released in Japan. It launched in April of 1991 in the US and Europe, which I failed to mention in that episode because of Wikipedia. On the 8th, the first McDonald's restaurant is opened in mainland China in Shenzhen near Hong Kong.
Does it seem like every city in China sounds like a sauce?
Well, I mean, Szechuan is an actual...
It's a region, I would suspect.
Szechuan. It's a pepper. It's a sauce. It's a region that's known for their cooking. I believe it might also be a city of some sort. Who knows? On the 9th, David Souter is sworn in as a Supreme Court justice.
Don't know of him.
No idea. Also on the 9th, on the 50th anniversary of John Legend's... Wow.
John Legend, yes.
Oh, nighttime recording. On the 50th anniversary of John Lennon's birth, his 1971 song Imagine is broadcast simultaneously by approximately 1,000 radio stations in over 100 countries. Andrew probably hated that, even being just one.
I actually don't mind that song.
Oh, really? That's the one song that you don't mind from the Beatles and or any.
It's all right. I mean, at least the message is good.
On the 13th, the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota opens. Do you know what the Target Center is?
I do not.
I'm pretty sure that's a stadium.
I think that's Target Field. It's only been Target Field for a while.
In a minute, you do the fact checking, and I will.
Yeah, it's
move
called
on.
Target Field, and then you said Target what?
Center.
It's a live music venue.
In Minneapolis, Minnesota.
In Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it's for the NBA plays.
Yes.
Oh, Target, Minnesota, going hard. Is it from Minnesota? Probably.
Yeah, maybe. On the 14th, Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis file for divorce after 2 years of marriage. On the 17th, Billy Joel Armstrong of Green Day drops out of school to pursue a career in music. On the 19th, Sierra Renee, actress on the first season of Legends of Tomorrow, is born. She played Hawkwoman.
Oh.
On the 22nd, Jonathan Lipnicki, Jerry Maguire, Stuart Little. Hey, Stuart Little.
Yeah, I just referenced Stuart Little.
He's born. I didn't realize that kid was younger than us.
Weird.
We should have him on the show. On the 25th, the first Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode airs. On the 26th, the Cincinnati Reds sweep the Oakland A's in 4 games to win the World Series, a first sweep since 1976. And yes, it is that boring. On the 30th.
Long couple nights.
On the 30th, Britain and France complete the Channel.
Yes, the Channel.
You want to explain what the Channel is to our
listeners? Channel Tunnel. It goes underneath the English Channel, connects France and England.
There you go. That's your UK fact of the week, brought to you by the Insanely Dangerous Retro Pod Show. No, just kidding. That would have been a good one to sponsor. In the box office, we don't have any TV premiering. In the box office, on the 5th, we have the re-release of Fantasia, also Miller's Crossing.
Nope.
And on the 19th, Night of the Living Dead. And in the Billboard charts, we have the number ones for October 1990. For the first week, Close to You by Maxi Priest. Second week, Praying for Time by George Michael. Third week, I Don't Have the Heart by James Ingram. And the fourth week, Black Cat by Janet Jackson.
Gosh, I hate the early 90s. Hey, Namely 90s faithful, it's Andrew and Brandon here. Now that it's spooky season, we want to tease our upcoming sequel to last year's Podcast of Horror special, coming at the end of the month.
Wait. Podcast of Horror 2 is actually coming out next month, Andrew?
Yeah, okay, fine. Our Halloween Spooktacular is actually going to be coming out Monday, November 1st.
But just because it's landing on All Saints Day doesn't mean it's going to be any less Halloween themed than last year's. Also, throughout October's episodes, we'll be interjecting with some 90s childhood memories to keep with the theme.
We hope you have a ghoulishly good time.
Our Halloween themed question for this week is, what costume do you remember the most from your 90s childhood? Do you want to think about it while I go through mine?
Question. Yeah.
So we talked about this last year, I think, but I remember a couple. My favorite as a kid probably was the White Power Ranger costume, because it came with a crappy mask, but it had like a full armor, like upper body armor that he had, right. Which we would later just play with as like an actual armor for whatever imaginary things that we did back when we were kids, because the internet didn't exist.
True.
But I also remember, it might have been closer to middle school, so out of the 90s, but I had like a headless horseman costume at one point, which had like an inflatable headrest that went on my shoulders, and so it looked like I didn't have a head. Weird. But I remember running around with that, and like I tripped so many times, and I would just fall flat on the inflatable
I cannot remember a single costume. I think I dressed up as a crayon once when I was really little.
Wow. Okay. A crayon.
Yeah, like, Crayola.
Yeah.
There's a picture of that somewhere out there, I think.
That works. So we'll look for that. And now back to the show. I don't know how that's going to work or if that is going to work, but just little Halloween tidbits to keep us interested as we go through the early 90s of October. Let us know what your favorite Halloween costume for the 90s was. Add us at Naming 90s with a 90S.
I feel like there's an opportunity to go as a slutty egg for you.
For me?
Well, I don't know. That's the thing. That's like always
why can't
that
you
kind
be
of
the
version.
slutty egg?
You're the one who went to egg slut, sir.
That now makes more sense.
Also, I feel like that was one of the costumes on The Masked Singer.
A slutty egg.
I think an egg was one of them, but I don't know that it
was Lady Gaga wearing that one?
Hey, she is not. She is a lovely woman.
No, but the woman has found a way to wear meat as a dress. I wouldn't put it past her to find an egg costume.
I would go with at Miley least Cyrus, maybe.
Sexy. Yeah, I can see Miley doing that, I guess. Maybe replacing her wrecking ball with an egg.
Some sort of Humpty Dumpty joke. I don't know. I can't. It's I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about obscenity.
Obscenity? I thought we were talking about Treehouse of Horror first.
Oh, well, no, but you said now back to the show again after the first thing that was after that.
Anywhere you want to go?
It's worked. Let's talk about obscenity.
Okay. You want to go to obscenity? 2 Live Crew.
Should I know who that is?
No. Well, maybe. Like if you, I don't know who it is. I read about this and I found it interesting, so I thought we should talk about it. It was in 1989, a group released their third album, As Nasty as They Wanna Be, which became the group's most successful album. And a large part of its success was due to the single Me So Horny, which was popular locally with heavy radio rotation in Miami's area. The American Family Association did not think the presence of a parental advisory sticker was enough to adequately warn listeners of what was inside the CD case. So they met with the Florida governor. They convinced him to look into the album to see if it met the legal classification of obscenity. And in 1990, legal action was taken against blah, blah, blah. It was probable cause for obscenity violations existed. In response, Luther Campbell
said the douchiest thing ever stated.
And that was
that people should focus on issues relating to hunger and poverty rather than the lyrical content of their music.
Right.
It's such a douchey thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
on the other side of the coin, the American Family Association.
Yeah.
Ugh, that sounds creepy.
So the sheriff in Broward County warned record store owners that selling the album might be a prosecutable offense. And Charles Freeman, a local retailer, was arrested 2 days after a U.S. District Court judge ruled that the album was obscene and illegal to sell. So this was also followed by the arrest of 3 of the 2 Live Crew members after they performed As Nasty as They Wanna Be, the album at Club Futura in Hollywood, Florida. Anyway, it's just so crazy that they got charged with obscenity for a rap album.
Yeah, and then 30 years later, someone just as obscene was able to become president. 26 years, whatever.
Exactly. It's just a quote from Campbell. A lot of people have gotten the impression that I'm this rude sexual deviant or something. But contrary to what has been printed about me in papers, I'm no moral threat to anybody. I'm just a hardworking guy marketing a new product. Freeman's conviction was eventually overturned on an appeal, but it's
maybe that's where Bill Clinton got the idea
of
sexually explicit things. I don't know.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't know where I want to go with this. It was astounding to me that a rap album was considered so obscene that a man was arrested over it. Multiple men were arrested over it, and just.
What do you think of this statement? Gates testified on behalf of 2 Live crew, arguing that the material that the county alleged was profane actually had important roots in African-American vernacular, games, and literary traditions and should be protected.
I mean, I would believe him. It's personally, I think it's dumb that this was even a thing. It's clearly like white people
I
trying
agree.
to suppress
the American Family Association, God, is there anyone you could think of less that you want to invite to like Christmas any less than those people?
Right. And Nick Navarro
is related to Dave. No,
possibly.
I don't know. That sounds like legal bullshit to me.
Yeah.
But like, I do think obviously there are a lot of things can be rooted in those things, but I think that's an easy thing to say when it's just, you know how I feel about when people try to explain how something they've done purely just for entertainment and to be profitable, like somehow is deeper than it appears on the surface. I think that those arguments are always total crap.
Yeah. Like the Hanson quote
or the Barbie girl.
Right. But at the same time, I think that's missing the point of this.
No, I'm just stating that I think it's annoying when people try to like make things sound more profound than they really are. Like, just admit you just wanted to make a song that people would find popular and make you money. That's what the music business is about. You know, don't try to hide behind some sort of deep, meaning behind this stuff that clearly has no meaning. That's the thing that drives me nuts. But why can like one artist do something that's like, profanity is so subjective that how could you possibly regulate it? Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And people can choose what they want to listen to.
It's just, even in our lifetime, things have slowly become more acceptable in terms of profane language being used in things, and like motion pictures having different ratings, and what you can actually see on network television, like
or FX after 9 p.m.
Yeah,
Drop
exactly.
the F-bomb.
Yeah. 2 girls kissing on the episode of the OC from 2004-5.
That is so profane.
Yes. Clutching my pearls. I want to go back to Treehouse of Horror since we didn't talk about it at all.
Okay.
The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror.
I'm aware of it.
Did we talk about it last?
We talked about it last time, and I feel like
I thought
the ones we liked were from the one episode we talked about. I thought where they turn the little kid into the sausages or the bratwurst.
Yes, I thought that was the episode we watched too. That was
the issue is I don't have any specific recollections of it other than when someone tells me about one of them, I immediately remember it, but I can't. For the life of me, I can't remember the different storylines. Because there were 3 per episode.
Yep. Well, so in the original one, it opens with a homage to Frankenstein. Marge warns the audience of the nature of the episode and tells them that it is to put their children to sleep instead of writing angry letters in.
I'm surprised they didn't get censored.
How topical.
Yeah.
Then let's see, the Bad Dream House was the first one, which was a parody of Poltergeist and the Amityville Horror.
I just learned about that. I hadn't known about that previously.
Poltergeist?
The Amityville Horror.
Oh, okay. Poltergeist is also referenced in that Family Guy episode where Peter realizes the house is on an ancient Native American burial ground.
I should probably watch that one again. Isn't that the one where Stewie gets sucked into the TV and does the
poltergeist thing?
Yeah, but then isn't that where he does the "In the Air Tonight" joke?
Oh yes, because the vocals.
Oh, yeah, he's like, yeah.
Let's see. The second part of the episode is called "Hungry Are the Damned," where the Simpsons family are having a barbecue when they're abducted by 2 extraterrestrial life forms named Kang and Kodos.
Yeah, I remember those guys. The aliens are super funny.
From Rigel 4. And then finally, the last one from this episode was The Raven, where Lisa reads The Raven and Bart is the Raven to Homer.
Oh, that sounds familiar. I remember that one.
Yeah. Which Marge is Lenore and James Earl Jones narrates. Jones narrates. So that would be the first Treehouse of Horror, which was a good episode. It just didn't make our favorite.
I really need to go back and watch The Simpsons. I keep saying it, but
I think it's a good month to just watch the Treehouse of Horrors.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You could pretty much do one a night and to watch a new one every single night.
I might have to do it this time
during the month. Also, I think I mentioned the Sega Gamegear before. My cousin had it. I had a Game Boy. We've definitely talked about this. Sonic 2 was the coolest on that. Echo the Dolphin.
But I never played it.
The Game Gear or
Sega
Sonic?
Game Gear. Yeah, no, we didn't have Sega things. I think my older cousin had it, but we didn't. He was older than me, so he and my brother usually hung out more.
Yeah, so, I mean, my older cousin had it as well. I don't remember the price point on that thing, but I feel like if it was a colored handheld, it was more expensive than the Game Boy. You know, but yeah, is it weird sharing your video game devices with your children?
No, we do it all the time. My kids play, well, my wife's Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like $150.
Wow. That's
original introductory price.
Cheaper than Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm. Inflation, I guess.
Yeah. The third topic that I really want to talk about, since we've gone way over,
true, is
Ice Ice Baby. Do you remember Ice Ice Baby?
I'm not familiar with this.
Seriously?
This is by Chocolate. What's the opposite of ice? I don't know. Steam. Chocolate Steam.
Chocolate Steam. Yes. So Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice is number 7 on the charts for the first week in 1990. We didn't talk about it when it was number 1 in November of 1990, so we're going to talk about it now. It's a hip-hop song by American rapper Vanilla Ice and DJ Earthquake. It was based off of the bass line of Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie.
DJ Earthquake,
who did not receive songwriting credits, Queen or Bowie, or royalties until after it had become a hit. It was released on Vanilla Ice's debut album, To the Extreme, and it is his best known song.
Well, hey, let's not forget about the Ninja Turtle rap from Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze.
Number 2, Go Ninja Go Ninja Go.
Yeah. Do you remember Vanilla Ice? Yes. How could you forget?
So apparently it was first released as a B-side to his cover of Play That Funky Music. But that single wasn't successful, and then a disc jockey named David Morales played Ice Ice Baby instead, and it started to, pardon the pun, snowball its way to number 1. So yeah,
it's dumb.
And I guess since we're over, we don't need to play the quiz that I picked because we're over.
Well, we did talk about other stuff at the beginning.
Yep. And we figured 1990 needed to fill.
But we also recorded some stuff at the beginning, remember?
Yeah, but it started my timer after we started. And we are at 35.
Yeah, well, up to you.
Sure, let's do it. Let's see if we can figure out the lyrics to Ice Ice Baby. 10 questions. This is a quiz from Pro Profs Quizzes. We're going to do it together. Test your knowledge of the lyrics to Ice Ice Baby. Question 1. All right, stop, blank, and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. The possibilities are shut up, stay, collaborate, and be quiet.
Is it collaborate?
Pretty sure it's shut up.
Okay.
Also,
I'd like to state that listen and invention do not rhyme.
Submitting answer.
What did you go with?
Shut up.
Okay, we're going with it.
All right.
And correct. Nice.
Yep. That's the only one I know. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a blank daily and nightly. Is it dart, harpoon, arrow, or spear? What do you think?
Dart.
Yeah, I'm going to go with dart as well.
I actually don't know, but
I think we should go with dart. Let's see. Incorrect. It's harpoon.
Okay.
Flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Do they flow?
Harpoons don't flow, and I don't think they do it continuously, so that's stupid.
I'm shocked that a lyric in the song is stupid. You want to read this one?
Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll blank.
Is it go, no, show, or glow?
Show. I don't know.
I feel like glow would match the...
All right. The image.
Turn off the lights. Yeah.
All right. Let's go with it. I think we're right. It was correct. Okay. Well, I stand corrected then.
You gotta reduce your IQ and think about
Here,
this.
let me read the next one.
Okay.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and blank a chump like a candle.
Okay. I don't know where to go with that one. Like a candle. What do candles? Oh, the options are light, jump, wax, or take. You wouldn't use light twice, right?
No.
And candles don't jump.
But he was jumping it. No.
He's
wax. Could be wax. It's not a rhyme, but it's related to candles.
I'm leaning towards wax.
All right, let's do it.
All right. We did
Correct.
it. Correct. We're doing well so far.
Oh, what an accomplishment. Okay, your turn.
Dance, go rush the speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous blank. Is it beverage, vine, cocktail, mushroom? I'm
going mushroom because I hope he can actually find that would rhyme and they're poisonous.
I'm going with it, but my second guess would be beverage.
Beverage.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Quick, to the point, no blank. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Hey, I just talked to you about bacon. That looks like some lean bacon.
I'm pretty sure that's prosciutto.
I think no faking. It's like a weak rhyme with bacon, and it fits.
Yeah, let's do it. Nice. Yeah. Well done.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna start rapping.
We could be white rappers.
Ugh.
I go crazy when I hear a blank and a hi-hat with a souped up tempo. What I go crazy, is it rhythm, beat, cymbal, or melody? What rhymes with tempo?
Symbol.
Symbol.
Symbol and tempo clearly rhyme. I'm going to teach this to my 5-year-old, 6-year-old. Symbol.
Oh, it's
Survey
correct.
says, boom.
Wow.
Here comes the, no.
I'm crying.
Keep on pursuing to the next stop. No, sorry. Kept on pursuing to the next stop. I blank a left and I'm heading to the next block.
And the answers are made, faked, took, busted. We don't have to work on the rhyme on this one, at least, because he rhymed stop with block. I can't.
I'm going to say I faked a left.
Oh, I thought it was busted, but I'll go with you.
Okay, we can go busted.
No, you've been on fire.
Oh no!
Which one?
You busted was right. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I always bust lefts
because you're left-handed. Gunshot! Wow! Gunshots rang out like a blank. I grabbed my 9. All I heard was shells. Is it bell, sting, shell, or flash? Well, this would be a rhymer, so bells, and it rang.
It's not going to be bell.
It ranged out.
Can't be.
It ranged out. Okay,
fine, bell. If it's not bell, I was going to say I'm going home. I'm home already. Because my style is like a chemical spill, feasible blank that you can vision and feel.
So lyrics, rhymes, rhythms. I thought it said rhymes twice. Lyrics, rhythm, rhymes, or words.
Words, I think. No, or rhymes.
It's got to be rhymes, man.
All right. As in Busta?
Yes.
As in Leanne? No.
Oh, we did it.
As in Leanne Rhymes.
Yes.
Thank you. 80%.
Wow.
Wow. That's amazing.
I feel sad that we were able to do that. Oh.
Let's never do that again.
Yeah. Thank you, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. Chocolate Steam.
And that's it. Get your chocolate steam sweatshirt at naming90s.com/merch. And that's it for this week's edition of Naming 90s. Remember, you can find new episodes out every Monday. Check the episode description for this week's supplemental Spotify playlist curated by yours truly. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Namely90s, the 90s, or find our personal accounts at bschwitty and at Namely Andrew, and tell us what you want us to talk about on future episodes. If you would like to support the show, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Namely90s, also with a 90s. Finally, you can contact us through our website, namely90s.com. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Chocolate Steam, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm Brandon, that's Andrew, and we will catch you next time.
You ever heard Chocolate Steam's hit single? Hot geriatric people. Hot senior citizens. Yeah.
I'll just keep workshopping that one.
Workshop it, yeah. Keep going. Chocolate rain? That was a thing.